Hello, this is John Barrett.
This is Camille Milano.
And we're here to do the review for Titanfall. Now, we had Titanfall for a few days. You actually saw me open the limited edition of Titanfall. She was too tired to do it. But we finally had a few days for both of us to have a good amount of time to try out the campaign and the multiplayer. Now, I'll begin with first. I immediately started playing Titanfall and I felt it was refreshing. It was like a brand new way to play FPS. And it was awesome. I actually feel very addicted playing to Titanfall. The graphics actually looks pretty decent, you know, for an engine that's pretty old. And yeah, I mean, you just recently played it right now.
Yes, I just played quite a bit ago, and I played for about, let's say,
An hour.
An hour about.
Yeah.
And usually FPSs don't really appeal to me, like for multiplayer and basically playing online with other people, because I have a difficulty playing. It always makes me dizzy, but this actually, on the bright side, doesn't get me dizzy as much, and in fact I barely notice anything at all.
Oh no, it feels
on
good.
Dizziness. So, you're one of those people who, like me, can't play FPSs because you get dizzy. Well, this game's for you, and also it was kind of quick for me to pick up too.
Yeah.
Like, I actually started getting like second, third places, pretty fast, and I'm aiming for the first place now.
It took me a while, but then now I'm supposed to start to shoot first place every single time, during my matches. I actually uploaded a few matches from Hardpoint and what was the other one?
Attrition.
Attrition, yeah, like that death match, kill each other. There is a campaign for Titanfall, by the way. It's a multiplayer campaign, which consists of Hardpoint and attrition matches, and you actually have to pay attention for the story. It's mainly like IMC versus the militia, that kind of stuff. So there is a little bit of story to Titanfall. It's not that great, but it's something, I actually thought this was going to be purely multiplayer only, so there is something there. So, now, what do you think of the score?
I'd say about a 9.
I give it about, let me think. This is my favorite multiplayer game, better than Battlefield actually. I give it about a 9 too, actually, because the campaign's not really that awesome at all, but the multiplayer really makes up for it.
Yes, it does.
And oh man, I just get such an adrenaline rush when I get a Titan dropping down and I just start fighting. Yeah, I start fighting with everybody else. Awesome, great. So I give Titanfall a 9 out of 10, and you too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I recommend this to get an Xbox One for anyone.
It's easy to get used to. It's pretty, even though it may seem fast-paced, it's pretty easy to get used to. It may seem like really fast-paced and intimidating. I thought it was going to be really intimidating with all the trailers and playthroughs that I saw that John had showed me, but surprisingly, it's actually made that way for beginners. It's made for beginners, and it's not like too easy to the point where the experienced people
it's actually good for both. I'm not a beginner in FPS. I actually play Halo and Battlefield 4 a lot.
Really well too.
But we got the beginner right here in playing FPS, and then it feels great for her.
Yes,
and it feels great for a veteran like me. There actually were, I remember, before Titanfall released, there were concerns about having bots, minions, grunts, that kind of stuff around. What do you think of that?
I think it's actually pretty good, because if you aren't so good at at killing actual people, like the pilots, because it takes a lot more to kill them than it does to kill the bots and stuff. Hey, at least you can still contribute to your team's score by killing the bots and the minions.
Yeah, I actually find it it helps build up to that adrenaline rush I feel when playing, because once I kill a pilot, I can't find anyone nearby anymore, so I just go straight to the minions and the grunts, start killing them. Oh, and then there we go, another pilot shows up. It just keeps building up, and I say it works fine. So I don't really know where that criticism about bots being there. They actually work fine for me. And there was also another criticism too. Apparently it got criticized for only being 6 versus 6. Now Respawn Entertainment said 6 versus 6 is actually fine the way it is. They actually did test it out 12 versus 12, but they said 6 versus 6 fits fine. You agree with that?
Yes, I believe so.
Some people were disappointed they were all going to see 32 versus 32. I think that might be way too much.
Yeah, you'd be getting killed left and right. There'd be way too many actual people playing, and you'd just
I'm
be
already
dead.
getting killed left and right.
You would be dead as soon as you respawn.
Exactly.
So this, I think, they probably have, maybe, I'm not too sure, maybe they did like a little test runs on, 8 versus 8.
Yeah, they did actually. They tested out with 8 and 8 and 12 and 12, and then they settled down with 6.
Yeah, so they worked their numbers down or up, see which one's too much, which one's too less. And it seems like 6 versus 6 is their perfect balance. You don't get killed too often, but you don't kill not enough.
Now, let's check out the scores for Metacritic, actually. Let me see what Metacritic has for Titanfall. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in how Titanfall performed. I was actually expecting Titanfall to aim for 90 and above. But for right now, it's holding out an 86, which is a good score, by the way. But I thought Titanfall was going to hit for that 90 mark.
I thought at the very least it would get like maybe an 88 or 80.
Yeah, it started with an 88 and then it went down to 87.
Yeah, it's working its way down.
So let's see. Yes, out of 41 reviews, Titanfall currently holds an 86 in the Metacritic score. I would avoid using the user score because there's so many fanboys.
PS fanboys.
Yeah, a lot of PS fanboys giving it zeros, literally saying that Killzone's the best. Yeah, right. Yeah. But either ways, yes, I recommend this for Xbox One. This is the killer app for Xbox. It's like the new coming of Gears and Halo. So get Titanfall right now. Thank you for watching.